Our story begins at Chris and Steph's house. It is a warm summer evening and we see Chris at the grill. Steph presently joins him, followed by Bailey. Anything? No. It's weird. Usually Lee will respond saying he and Luke are on the way, but there's no response. You sure? Texted twice. But each time I've texted, I've got some error message like, signal lost. Chris looks quizzically at her. Did they go out of the country all of a sudden? Lee would have said something in advance. When's the last time you heard from him? He said they were chasing a tornado and would be done by 3. He looks at his phone. And it's well past that. You don't think they were... I don't know. I can't imagine anyone surviving, especially if they're intentionally chasing a tornado. As he says this, there is a bright object in the sky. It gets closer and hits the ground just inches away from the grill. Bailey goes over and sniffs at it as Steph waves her hand. What is it? Steph peers at the object. It looks like a meteorite. The hell? How did a meteorite land in my backyard? He looks around. Shouldn't it, like, blow up a few buildings or something? It's pretty small. Still, just based on the speed it was going, I'm shocked it didn't take out a few buildings along the way. He walks over and picks it up. It is heavy. Yeah? What are you gonna do? You know they'll pay like billions for meteorites, right? Who? People. I don't know who they are, but they'll pay a lot for this. I think there was a guy a few years ago who paid over $500,000 for a moon rock. He takes the meteorite back into the house as Steph walks over to the grill. Later that night, Chris is on his laptop when he sees something. What? He clicks on the video. Hey there YouTube, it's your boy Malik Science Wiz with another video. And today we're going to talk about meteorites. A recent study shows that just a small fragment contains sufficient energy that can be used for anything. Today I'm going to show you something cool you can do just using household objects. It cuts to Chris standing in the backyard wearing a belt with a meteorite shard glowing in the center. He twists the knob clockwise and suddenly he shrinks. He finds himself wading through the grass as if he were in the jungle. He then twists the knob counterclockwise and he finds himself standing over the neighborhood, casting a long shadow over the houses. The hell? He twists the knob and he restores himself back to normal size. Huh. I guess you can't do anything with a meteorite. The next day, Steph is standing in the front yard with Bailey, with Chris standing in the street. What's this? Just watch. He twists the knob clockwise and vanishes. Bailey yelps as Chris leaps onto a tree and one of the branches breaks. Steph squints her eyes. Babe? Where'd you go? Here. He's standing on her shoulder. I was watching a YouTube video last night and it showed me how to build this belt using the meteorite. Okay. He leaps off and runs to the street. It then twists the knob counterclockwise and he grows to gigantic size. Steph's eyes widen. Chris! You shrink down to normal size right now! He complies and walks over. What do you think? I think you might want to keep this to yourself. As she says this, a moving van pulls up at the house and across the street and they see some people get out. Steph waves, but they do not acknowledge her, but go in and shut the door. Huh. Charming neighbors. Did they seem sketchy to you? What do you mean? I mean, they look shifty. It's like they didn't want to interact with anyone. Well, I kind of figured from the way they responded to our wave. Maybe they're foreign and it's not customary. I guess. He removes his belt. You want to give it a try? No. Later that night, Chris and Steph are in bed. Chris hears a noise and walks over to the window and peers outside to see the new neighbors in the driveway with the moving van's door open to reveal a device. It's glowing red and emanating energy. He can hear them talk, with some pointing to his house. He walks back to bed and lies down, thinking about what he saw. He then sees his belt and gets up and puts it on. Inside the house, we see 3 figures sitting on the couch while a 4th person's on the phone. I know. Yes, sir, I understand. Well, this is a ridiculous idea, and... No, I didn't mean that. The others exchange worried looks. Yes, I understand. I'm sorry. Bye. Well, the timetable has been moved up. The others groan. We barely had time to unpack. Listen, the boss was with the president earlier and they suspect... He looks around. That someone might have been tipped off. And we cannot afford to have our plan skyboss right while we're still preparing. Why not let the military do this? Idiot! Then they'll definitely draw suspicion. We stick to the plan. We keep the beacon here for a few days, move it out, and get a refund on deposit. Got it? They again groan in unison. Look, the sooner we get this done, the sooner we can go home. But it seems like a long way to go, though. Why couldn't we just head directly to Alaska? The person walks over and smacks the goon. We stick to the plan. We throw them off by renting from city to city. Stay for a few days, move out, no one will think twice about our presence. Do you understand? The goons nod. As they're talking, Chris, shrunken down, listens. He scurries over to the coffee table and climbs up to see some papers. The others get up and go outside for a smoke, and he opens the folder and looks at it. Alaska? What's over there that they want so bad? He hears a noise and scurries down. One of the goons goes to the couch and grabs his cigarettes and sees Chris. What the? The others walk in. What? That? It looks like some weird bug. Great. Is nothing. Come on, we need to run diagnostics on the beacon. The goon walks over to Chris's location and tries to step on him, but he runs into the corner. The goon follows and tries to step on him. Chris sticks his arms out and the foot stops. What the? Chris thrusts his arms forward and the goon falls onto the table, breaking it. The others run back into the house to see him on the floor. Oh, honest to God. No! I was going to step on this bug, but it stopped me and pushed me to the ground. It had the strength of a man, honestly. You must be tired. Go to bed. The goon looks in the corner to see Chris is gone. He rubs his head. What kind of a bug was that? At home, Chris is removing the belt when Steph wakes up. Babe? Steph, you won't believe this. Those new neighbors of ours are up to something. What? I wanted to go see what they're up to. And they're up to some plans over Alaska. Like what? I don't know. But they appear to be moving around to throw the police off or something. He peers out the window. Oh, I knocked one of them over. You just walked in? No. He holds up the belt. Steph groans. Chris, don't try to be a hero. Just don't. Chris gets back into bed. A few days later, Steph and Chris are watching TV when there's a knock at the door. They walk over to see the police. Yes? Well, afternoon, ma'am. Can we have a word? Sure? They enter. We've been hearing reports of a few men moving around. Suspicious looking up to no good. They moved into the house across from y'all, just a few days ago. I've noticed. From what we've learned from the neighbors, they're transporting some sort of device in a moving van. Have you seen it? No. What's this all about? Are they spies or terrorists? We don't know. If you hear or see something, you will let us know. Sure. Later that night, there's a bang on the door, and Steph opens it to see one of the goons. Hey, neighbor. Hello. Can I have word, please? Sure. I saw you talking to the police earlier today. Yep. What did they ask? They asked about the moving van? And you said nothing. Why? The goon stopped short. It's nothing. Good night. As Steph closes the door, they hear sirens. Steph sees them looking around and pointing to the house. She panics and locks the door and runs to find Chris. Where is he? She hears them bang on the door. Shoot the lock! Outside, the sirens grow louder as one of them gets into the van and prepares to drive when suddenly they see a giant hand flatten it. They then see Chris, standing hundreds of feet tall, grab them and squeeze them. They struggle but pass out, and he lowers them onto the van and shrinks down and disappears as the police arrive. The next morning, Steph is watching the news. And last night, the police arrested 4 Russian nationals in Ballantyne who were transporting a prototype signal jamming device. They don't have any further information as to why they were here, but no doubt this has raised concerns with the White House and the CIA, who are coordinating with CMPD on this investigation. In addition, the van appears to have been flattened by something enormous, and the men babbled on about a giant squeezing them to death. No doubt this will be an interesting case. Chris walks into the living room holding the belt. I like this thing. Me too, but it's... well... She points to the TV. Do you really think this is what we need? I guess. Why not give it to Lee and Luca to look after? Chris thinks for a second. I'll, keep it in the garage.